Hey everybody out there in the ACCEL Triathlon world. My name is Tony Pollastrini. I am one of the race directors for your 2019 ACCEL Triathlon. We are just over 1 week away from race day, and with that, wanted to bring you a little information about what to expect on race day, do a bit of a course overview, and really run through a little bit of the athlete guide to help give some direction. Hope your race day go as smooth as you can. As everyone is well aware, this is our seventh race, or seventh year we've put it on. It looks like the majority of you that are coming to do the race have done it before, so we thank you for returning. But we have a very strong team putting on your race this year with the race directors, Ty Burke, Marina Krameyer, myself, Jamie Harkin, and Tracy Megsma. All employees of the ACCEL group have been working over the last year to get this course ready to go and get this race ready to put on. So quickly, as we get into a schedule of what's to happen, remember Friday evening, you are allowed to pick up your race packet. We'll be out at George Wythe Park in the transition area is where you'll find us, and you can pick up everything but your timing chip. At that point in time, you'd still be required to pick up your timing chip on Saturday morning when you come in. But come out, check it out. We'll have everything set up, buoys out in the water so you can see what the swim's going to look like. And then Saturday morning, we'll be ready to kick everything off at 6 a.m. We know that some people like to get there super early at 5 a.m. Honestly, we are looking for you at 6. That's when we want to see you in the park. That's when our volunteers will be there to be staffed, to be ready to help you. And we're not able to answer as many questions before 6 in the morning. So if you can, make it as close to 6 as possible. Same thing as with the night before, that registration area will be right near transition, right where it was last year if you were at our race. We'll have plenty of volunteers on staff to get everyone through, get you into transition, and get you ready to go for the race to begin at 8 in the morning. We will have open water before the race begins, or a little open water swim. We will ask that everyone stays out of the water until our fire rescue is in the water. They're set to be there about 7:15 in the morning. And then we will open up the swim shortly after that. You can get in a quick dip, and then we'll have everyone out by 7:45 in order to do some announcements and get the race to go. As you can tell here at 8 a.m., we're kicking it off, and then these are the different groups of individuals that will set off. We won't put the USAT rules more than 150 per group. We won't be anywhere near those numbers per group that we will send you out. So if we have to break it up a little bit more day of race, we will. Otherwise, it's start at the boat ramp and jump in the water. Let me skip over here a little bit. The one thing that we want everyone to be aware of that we did implement last year, and we will also enforce this year, is cutoff times. You do have a cutoff time for the swim of 9:04 a.m. Everyone must be out of the water. If you're not out of the water and in transition at that point in time, we will not let you continue with the race. For the bike, you must be off your bike and in transition by 10:50 a.m. If you're not, we will not allow you to proceed to the run. And for the run, you must have completed the race by 12:04. And this is for the sprint and Olympic distance. It's the same for both. So we will close the course at 12:04. It says AM, should be PM. We're not going to go quite that long. But one thing we wanted to run everybody through is how we're set up. So George Wythe Lake, right here in smack dab. Everyone's going to be coming from 218, either from kind of the Cedar Rapids area over here or Cedar Falls over here. We'll take the exit off Airport Boulevard, and the entrance to the park is right here. All you have to remember is just to keep driving around the park. Keep driving all the way around. There's a couple of chutes you can go off on, but you shouldn't until you see what looks like a triathlon. Because once you get to right here, this area right here is our transition area. You'll see it'll be fenced off and blue fencing, have all the bike racks there. So once you hit that area, you know you're in the right spot. You're going to keep driving around and driving around and driving around, and then hitting the parking. This is all parking. There's more than enough parking for athlete spectators and everyone that we're going to have involved. It's all striped out, so please just find a parking spot. Help your neighbor as much as you can. But the one thing we ask is that right here is where our registration will be set up. And a lot of people like to try to park here or stop or be closer to pick up their packets. Please do not do that. We will have the park staff there that will be asking you not to do that, and we will be asking you not to do it. It creates a big bottleneck for us when people stop along this area. I understand you're excited and you want to get your race packets and everything along those lines, but it really does create issues for us. So please continue on down, either unload your car and walk everything back. It's only 150 yards probably. It's not that big of a distance, and grab your packet, and then you can come in transition or go back and get everything and come back in transition, but please no parking along this road. Also, you may see some cars peel off right in this area. This is going to be our volunteer parking in these two areas. So please do not follow them. You should not turn south. All of our parking will be on the north side of the road up here for our athletes. There is also no parking in transition, even though there'll be room ahead of transition. There'll be no parking in this area. So we can easily get everyone on the bike mount, dismount, and head out. So again, when you're coming in the park, follow the road all the way around. You're never going south. You're never going south, and then come right out into the parking. As far as how everything's going to be set up when we're looking at this is the transition area that we're talking about, and the swim. So we're going to go swim in, swim out, and you will run across the parking lot. Show you on here. Zoom in a little bit. This is our boat ramp right here. We're going to go out into the water, swim, turn around, come in. You're going to run across the parking lot into this grass, follow the edge of the grass right to here, cut across the road there, and then into transition. So if you run in, bike out, and you'll head out on With Road just like what you drove in on. When you come back, you're going to enter right back in where you were. So it'll be bike in and then run out on this side and onto our run course through here. So you can kind of get a better glimpse of that here. This is where it'll be across the parking lot, the run, right into transition, bike out, you bring your bike back in and run out, and eventually you'll be coming back to finish. For the swim, it's a simple out and back. We are looking at the possibility of changing this to a diamond pattern right now. It's something we may do. We have some buoys coming as long as they get here in time. It's something that we are going to set up. Unfortunately, if the buoys do not get here in time, we will do the straight out and straight back and we'll look to change to that diamond pattern in the future. But you can see the sprint coming out and then cutting back in. Olympic, obviously, you're going a little further out and back in. If you're worried about the swim, we do have Crawdaddy Outdoors. Brings us a ton of volunteers and kayaks to be out there for you. So if you need to grab a kayak, you're more than welcome to hold on to one. There's not a penalty. The kayak just cannot move you forward if you ask for the kayak to bring you back out of the race, and you will be disqualified. We also have Waterloo Fire Rescue will be out in the water with us, and 5 different lifeguards stationed throughout the area. So can you grab a buoy? Can you grab a kayak? Can you grab a boat? Absolutely. If you need a break, please do. And then continue on your own. If you do have to get brought back out of the water, that's when that disqualification would start. On the bike course, we do have one little tweak on the bike course this year. Some of you may remember in the past on this road at C57, we used to head out to the west to the turnaround and come back. We've eliminated that turn and the Olympic is going to go all the way up towards Janesville and then turn around. This entire road was repaved with brand new black asphalt last fall. This entire road is extremely flat. It is going to be a spot to hammer. You guys are going to have a ton of fun with it. The corn is growing up on both sides of it. So if you can tuck into arrow and there's a little bit of wind coming either direction here, you're just going to fly. It's going to be really fun to see times come through on this course. But when we're looking at George Wythe, you'll get on your bike here, you'll transition and mount and hop on. And then, like I said, you're going to follow this road all the way back out and around to the park entrance, get out on Airport Road. We're going to go under 218 and up to Airline Highway. And from there, just a straight shot over to Leversea Road. Again, completely flat here. We're going to take Leversea Road up to Dunkerton Road, right along the airport, completely flat, nothing there at all as far as a hill. And then Dunkerton over to Center Street. The only hill on the entire course is right here, and all it is the overpass going over 218. That's it. That's all we have for hills on the bike course, and that's not kidding at all. It's extremely flat, extremely fast, and we really look forward to it. one thing that we are also changing for this year is once we get to Center Street. In the past, if you remember our race, we headed south and did a loop around Center Street and Lone Tree and Big Woods. With the help of the Cedar Falls Police Department, we have actually completely closed off this intersection. There'll be barricades, there'll be cones, there'll be no traffic allowed north out of here, which helps us a lot for all of our traffic on the Olympic. And there'll be no one be able to come south through this intersection. And with that, what we are going to do is this will be our sprint turnaround at this point in time. We will have volunteers standing here screaming at you to slow down, to slow down, to slow down, to make this turnaround. And we're also going to have it coned. What we'll have is Olympic. You're going to take the outside lane kind of along the white line here. We'll have it coned off where you're going to stay inside, turn and go north so you can head up to your turnaround and come back from the south. The sprint, we're going to have it coned off where you're going to come in here out to the intersection, turn, and then head back, and you return into the park from here, just the way you came. No change from that. The Olympic, when you come back, you're going to come down and then turn wide and meet up with the sprint. So be coned out where we merge the two of you together. Again, no traffic is going to be allowed through this way, north, south, east, west, whatever it would be. So we're going to have a lot of room to make it safe for everybody in that point. And we also remove some of our more high traffic intersections that we've had in the past down in this area by keeping everybody up here. So then Olympic, you're taking that straight shot up to Janesville. You're just cruising right along, and Cape Park Industries, if anyone knows where that is, just south of Janesville, that'll be the turnaround. And then you're flying back again, extremely fast. Very much so looking forward to it. You're getting back to this Center Street and Dunkerton Road, heading back over to Leversea, down across Airline and back into the park. So there's very few turns, very limited elevation change. Let's hammer. It's going to be fun. So once we're back into the park, we are going to start our run from the run out, and you're going to pick up With Road. Same run that we've had in the past. If you're a past athlete, you're just going to follow With Road right on past where you parked, down on back to the Alice With turn. We're going to turn right here. We'll have this well marked, and you're going to come back through this area, which is all shaded. It's really nice. You make the loop, and then you head back to the which will be the finish, which is right here. So follow With Road all the way back to the finish, cross the finish line. With that, the Olympic, you will just ahead of that hit a turnaround spot and then redo the route a second time. So it's a 2-loop for the Olympic, a single loop for the sprint. There is an aid station about every mile on the run. There'll be water and Gatorade, as well as we've got ice on hand if we need it. And it looks like the weather's turning on us to be a little cooler. So we're really looking forward to that, obviously, after today. But we look to have a great race. Everyone finish here. This little parking lot here, we'll have our tents up, after party that will have shade in it for everyone to be at. There's a great hill right here for spectators to sit on to watch your finish, as well as all along this grassy area here. A great spot just for everyone to be able to see a finish, have a good time. From there, one thing that we do ask, we understand that some people have to leave. You're doing the sprint. You're going to be done in an hour and 10 minutes, and you want to go. The biggest thing we ask is that you give as much respect as you possibly can to your fellow athletes. This area right here is a blind corner. When there's cars coming out, we have athletes turning, we have athletes coming in, and it does get clustered. And until we have finished the race, we want to keep this area as free of traffic as we possibly can. We will keep the transition area closed for a period of time where we will not allow bikes to leave. Just again, to give that respect to everyone still trying to finish the race. Our ask would be that you plan to be here until 10:50. At 10:50, our last biker will be allowed into transition and to leave. So at that point in time, we will have cleaned up a little of the traffic around here. But again, your Olympics are still making their turn to go back out in their second run. A lot of people are finishing, so they're kind of in a hurting mode, and they're maybe not paying as attention as they have in the past. But please, just if you can, hang out as long as you can. We're going to have great food, good beverage selections, both adult and Gatorade and things along those lines. So we hope that you can hang out, stay for awards. There will be, if you guys remember, we did Pop Sham last year for first, second, and third. We will be popping champagne again this year. So if you're planning on winning, I would suggest a little practice. That was, I'm not going to say it was embarrassing for some last year, but it was something they hadn't done before. So really looking forward to it. Again, this is the elevation on the bike, just nothing. There's nothing out there. So it's beautiful and it's a fun day. Same for the run. I know it looks like a lot here, but we're talking 30 foot of elevation total. Nothing to be concerned about on the run. We do have quite a few new sponsors this year, which we'd really like to thank our local sponsors, as well as being in the insurance industry. We have a lot of insurance and financial solutions sponsors locally right here. I mean, Crawdaddy Outdoors, Bike Tech. I mean, Service Signing provides us with just a ton of cones, which is a huge expense that they charge nothing for. They allow us to use, and it's been a great partnership for us. We really appreciate them. Down to the Runners Flat, Hy-Vee, and then all of our financial carriers as well. So also, let's not forget our law enforcement officers out there. Blackhawk County Sheriff's Office will have 3 deputies out there. The Cedar Falls Police will have 3 reserve officers out there. Iowa State Patrol will have an officer out there. Janesville Police often provides us with an officer, and Waterloo Police has 3. Not something we can do without these individuals stopping traffic and making sure that we're all staying as safe as possible. And finally, if you haven't noticed yet this year, that we are a charity triathlon. We do donate the money that we receive back, and this year we will be donating the money to the Northeast Iowa Food Bank at the end of the race. So extremely excited about that partnership and helping those with nutrition and dietary needs out there. That is right here in our own communities. And so with that, we really thank you for signing up for the race, for looking to come out. We look for a fantastic race day. The weather's looking better. I know that we're still 7 days out, and I think they missed the thunderstorms yesterday. But really looking forward to having a great event, a very safe event, and seeing everybody out here. So any questions, obviously feel free to drop something in the comments below. We'll be happy to get back to you. Feel free to private message us, email us, whatever the mode of communication you have. If not, call the office, and we'll be happy to get back to you with everything we can. So on behalf of our whole board and team that's putting this race on, we can't wait to see you guys in a week, and everyone stay safe out there.